Ah, fuck. needs to feel like you can leave her at any time. That's the only time women get in line is there's other women.
What Myron is saying right now is one of the only things I would push back on and say it's really hard. Because what Myron is saying, he's completely right. But as a man, a lot of times, especially the majority of what we're doing is usually because we're trying to either provision a family and we're trying to find that person. A lot of times, men we get taken advantage of, and we take the L a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
In most situations, anytime you've ever seen a woman expose me, and I've said this to my own audience. I said, I love her.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. They don't care. Because a woman's scorn is always...
Yeah, well, here's the thing, too, that the other reason, too, why it's so hard for men to, get... Because it's a fine line, right? Falling in love and then being in love with... Falling in love with the girl and then having love for the girl. The fine line is, men, we have to put way more skin in the game to be in a relationship with a female. We have to have certain things in place because women are far more selective. So since women are more selective, you need to bring more to the table as a man. We have skin in the game as soon as we deal with her. For her, she might not have skin in the game until later. So for us, it's easy to fall in love because you've invested so much. And here's the thing about men that's different from women. Men are taught from a young age, work at it, work at it, work at it. You'll make more money, you become more successful, put more time in. Women is the only fucking example where putting more time and effort in actually hurts you. It's the only one. It's the only endeavor where if you put more time in and you invest more resources in, it actually hurts you as a man. But we don't understand this because everything in our life we're told work harder, more time. Yeah. You'll get more out of it. But with women, it doesn't work that way. You guys are adversarial to that.
You are on and off to the streets. Performing.
Like with women only respect you when they feel like you're superior to them and that you don't give them all the attention.
Yeah.
When you guys have the leverage, you guys are terrible people. I feel like you guys don't like hearing this, but it's horrible.
Leg, the fuck. Okay. How long would you go with a girl before you date her? So how long would you go with a girl before you date her?
Before I date her, So for me, it's a vetting process.
How long? 6 months, a year?
Is that a vetting process?
It's a vetting process. I've always said this, the women I've dated, I've never dated a woman I ain't had sex with on the first night. That's a fact.
Right, same.
However, after that process, I start looking for things, right? I start looking for behavioral characteristics and how she moves and how she, might be operating that I could be like, oh, okay, you're not maybe someone who's promiscuous. I wouldn't put a time on it, but I'd probably say at least 6 months.
Okay.
Why have you never dated a woman that you didn't have sex with on the first night?
Because that's such a prerequisite that at this point of how dating is, if we have no sexual compatibility, that's not something. Again, maybe if I was in the 90s or the 80s, that could be a thing. These days, the current data status quo, if we're not having sex and we have no sexual compatibility, we can't move on.
Wait, hold on. You drive a car?
I do.
What car you have?
A Mercedes.
Before you bought it, you drive it?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay. You don't just pick up a girl and then don't test her
Did I
first.
say anything negative? I didn't say. You always
throw back on her to be like, yo. Women, that question she's asking, women fucked it up because it's like, again, that overall arching thing of why would you buy the cow when you get the milk for free? It's like, well, when you're saying why would I do whatever without sex, it's like you guys are giving that up without even a promise of a relationship. That seems to be the status quo of just even being in contact and even in the talking phase. So at that point, it's like, yeah, that becomes a prerequisite as, are we sexually compatible? Check.
Basically saying it's been normalized.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The last one here. What's an ick girls do later on into a relationship that turns you off?
100% is a woman trying to, I always say women get with most men and they try to change them into the man they want versus a man getting with a woman and saying, you're the person I wanted when I met you, and I want you to stay that. You know, women a lot of times get with the man and they're saying, I'm gonna change you to the man I want. Women want a man to change to who they want. A man gets with you, I don't care if he fucked you in the bathroom at the club, he wants you to be that freaky bitch for the rest of his life. He wants you to stay the woman that a man never says, you know what? Even though she was sucking 5 niggas off on the yacht, I'm going to get her to be a good girl. She's gonna be a good. Men don't think like that. So if a man's thing is about, you know, he wants a woman who's spontaneous, he wants her to be sexually open, he wants whatever, that's why he's usually dealing with you after a while. He just wants you to stay that way. Women are the people who get with you and say, yeah, I know he got with me, he probably was fucking 5 bitches, but I think I'm gonna turn him into the nigga who he gonna be a good father, he's gonna be only for me.
Nah, he can still be a good father. What the fuck?
Here's another thing, and if you actually do change, she gonna lose attraction for you.
Yeah. Then she find out nigga that she thinks she can change.
To never change.
You know you're weak.
Alright, chat. So, give me some chat, Joe.
Alright, what do we got? Okay. Live women are the most educated yet they statistically have the lowest IQ. These are all facts. Education doesn't make you smart, and this panel proves it.
What the fuck, bro? Bitch, I'm very one.
Oh, man. Alright,
Wait, isn't there only one black woman?
Yeah, one.
They hate this girl. Not that bad.
They said,
Can I respond to that?
yeah, I just read it out loud, you respond.
Yeah.
You're 36, champ, just give it up. I hope you realize most of your eggs are gone and surrogacy is 50% successful. The chances of it working lower a lot every year at your age. No 1% man is going to marry you. You've been getting passed around for over a decade, and that's what's going to continue to happen. Cooked holiday.
Okay. Okay, you need to stop. Just sounds to me. Like, number one, I'm trying to stick up for you right now. You're tripping on her. Number one, respect to whatever that person's opinion is.
Alright.
But women have been having.
No, but
Okay,
he's right though. Come on, man.
Okay, he is right biologically.
Come on, man.
Okay, hold on. Can you just let me like finish a sentence? Because this is not. Yeah, Chris, chill. So, the advancements of this industry have advanced so much. So yes, a long time ago they said that at 35 years old it was a geriatric pregnancy. Women are having children, healthy children, well into their mid-40s at this point. So yeah, you can say I'm washed up. You can say I've been passed around. I've never been passed around. I've chosen my men. So yeah. So yes, I can have a 100% fine pregnancy because I do see the OBGYN every single year, and they test the eggs, they test everything. So until there's a problem, there's not a problem. Some women have problems with endometriosis and cysts and things like that. I personally don't have it, so right now I am 100% fertile and good to go. So that is by the doctor.
Can we try?
No, Chris, I don't think so.
Well, apparently you can beat biology, so congrats.
Alright, let's see here. What else we got here?
Stop using that excuse to victimize yourself. Nobody went there. People are attacking you because
Get that cat.
Hey, here you go.
Get that cat.
$100, nice. Let's go. Turn it.
I'll run Brandon's money.
All right, get his money. Let's go. I never lost. Let's go. I never lost. Let's have Blake beat him. Pull him up. Beat him with dice. Give me the dice. Give me the dice. Give me the fucking dice. Let's run it. $100 dice. Right here. Pass it on. All right. Pass it on.
Get that cash.
Hey, here you go.
Get that cash,
Let
man.
me go first.
Five.
Oh, that's a good number, man.
GG's. GG's. 5.
Oh shit.
6. 6.
So.
Yeah, no, it just because I am Israeli does not me that I'm stupid, and saying free Palestine is just obnoxious, to be honest.
I don't lose. I'm undefeated. Intercontinental champion of consciousness. Don't fuck with me, right? You thought you were winning with your 5 and your 6. You're not gonna beat me. I beat your brother in pool. I beat the fucking airport with him in my backpack. I just beat you with fucking dice. Beat me. Run me my peas. Pay me. Pay me. Give me the money. Give me the money. Sorry, man. That's right. Count out those 10s. Count out your savings. Count out your savings and give it to me. Count out your savings and give me my fucking money. I won. Intercontinental world champion. World champion of dice. 10 grand dice. Who wants to play me? I'm never gonna lose. I'm now the dice champ. $100 dice. Let's go. Run it. Oh, you got this up. 1, 2. Right to the spot. Ooh, all to the spot. There we go. Upstairs. Nice. Ooh. 3. Nice. 4. Back. Good. 5. 4. Minute. Focus on your feet. Come on. 5. It's a fight. Snatch it. Always to the ground. Always to the ground. 7.
Because you know what you're doing. You're inciting
Why do you keep talking to me and you telling me not to talk to you? I'm so lost. Why do you keep talking to me for? You don't want me to say nothing to you.
Alright, Burio. I was afraid of the Transformer next to Myron, but I see we've kicked the comedian off before she does a comedy skit. Yeah, no, that means alright. Let me just reps. Ladies, can men and women be friends? If yes, and you have a guy friend, Myron Fresh, today we don't time, bro. But next time we got you. Burio, again, this is for the only heavy breather, the 20 language Gordo, and motherfucking tech bro, Bills. Y'all men just know how to keep the show going. Alright, $100 for that Donald Mark of him.
Yes, sir.
I just got home from doing mining equipment and mining safety certification in El Paso, Texas. The fire shows Monday to Friday keep me safe and up to date. Stickle was hilarious. Then the Ching Chong Chan trio was absolutely hilarious. I can't wait to see what the Little Twins gonna bring. Fresh, break the Arizona duo down. Myron put the soul back in Ginger. Haha. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, guys. The BFNF, the Big Gordo, the Tech Bills, the Penny Breather. Damn, sports break. Donald Markov as well. Fresh, when you go next to the left of AK, stop pretending that being a whore is correct. There's a reason why your vagina is shaped like a coin purse. Gold diggers mentally, emotionally, or financially. God damn, nigga.
I know so much better than
Yeah, you're supposed to get ass. To the list. To the blonde. Triple though from Fresh. Can you stop being so hostile to the fine shits on the panel? You miserable fuck.
Let me just say, I'm not here to make friends. My opinions are my opinions, and if you're an asshole towards me, I'm gonna give you that energy back.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Next question.
Oh, what's the next one?
Is there?
Maxim says, it's Big Sam. Shout out to my boy Big AK.
Oh, that's my guy, Sam, right there.
Who's he?
Yo, he used to do security for 6ix9ine. He's like huge.
Shit.
Yo, that's my man Sam. Like, yo, one of the best security guys. Yo, I would suggest anybody hire him for security. Also, one of the smartest guys in terms of strategy and shit like that.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, we made a good if he's protected 6ix9ine.
Facts, bro.
Trust.
We made a little history together with the
When he got witness protection, 2020, he was the main guy who kept 6ix9ine alive.
Oh, sure. They want stupid. Came out of prison.
Yo, you gotta tap him with him, bro.
all the love, brother. That's my dog for life. Shout out to you, bro. Dean Diamond Jim says, ladies, never stay on a date with a guy you like. I took some time to find myself. What is the thing earlier from before? According to my mother, who's been married to my father for 30 years, when a woman says this, she had a 3 or 4 phase.
Do you guys agree when a woman says that she went through a whole phase? Agree or disagree? He's asking, I took time to find myself. You think that's a whole phase quote? Start here. No. You don't think so? Have you ever had to take time to find yourself?
Yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's to be promiscuous. It doesn't necessarily mean it's to be promiscuous. To find yourself means that you're discovering new things that you like, that you're growing every year that you go. You know, you're
Just figuring yourself out again. You take time for yourself. I think it's figuring yourself out again.
I have plenty of friends, male and female, that are, you know, do have.
I feel like it is a whole phase. That's what I say. So,
And
I feel like during my figuring myself out time, I definitely was opposite.
Man, come on, man.
Alright, we'll make this simple. Raise your hands. How many of you think it's a whole phase? It means I took time to find myself. It's a whole
Raise
phase.
your hand so you can be the
Do you
only
agree?
one.
She's all about being honest.
Okay. As we know,
Because I'll tell you right now, when I hear girls say this, I'm like, yeah, you were being a
on
slut.
camera, don't ever be on camera.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Finding yourself 9 out of 10 times is like experiencing other men, figuring out what you like, what you don't like, experimenting, like.
I mean, you're on camera, so they don't want to admit.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I feel like all
What was that?
I said y'all basically feel like all girls are sluts, regardless if you went through the phase or not.
The thing is, you can be, which is the problem. So, you can be, and it's not that hard to like say no.
Come on, man.
You know, what?
The average female has way more access than the average male.
Yeah.
Like, men are like being virgins longer and longer, but women are not. What does that tell you?
You're some anxiety, social anxiety, maybe.
Men?
Yeah.
Well, that's a component, but like women just have way more access to sexuality.
Yeah.
And with the internet and dating apps, it's made it even easier for you guys.
Yeah.
So, but men, what's ended up happening is like, you know, guys can't measure up to the men that women have access to.
You know why? They have no idea, right? Like, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
like, okay, so I'm in hip hop, right? And you hear these women talk about be outside, yo, if he cheating, I'm cheating back. That's not the reality for the average guy, right? Like, the average guy, luckily, has access part-time to vagina. He's not the guy that says, if she doesn't respond tonight, I'm hitting up 5 other girls and they're coming through.
Yeah.
They're saying, if this one woman who I've been courting, I've been talking to, I've been trying to bag for whatever for these months, if she ignores me, I'm on Pornhub and I'm on OnlyFans. I'm just whacking off. A regular woman is these days being indoctrinated to, wait, I have so much sexual options, and they're thinking, because they're saying, well, I'm a regular woman, oh, that's a regular guy. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask this question. How many of you guys been to like a celebrity party or like a party that was super exclusive before? Have been invited?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Or been on a yacht or something? No?
You've been to LeBron James.
No. I mean, just like exclusive parties, maybe a yacht or something like that, where it's only certain people can get in. You have to be invite only. Like, how many of you guys been into these things?
Frat party.
Yeah.
A bad bitch gotta be. Yeah, of course a frat party.
Yeah, like, yeah, and then yeah, for you,
You walk in for free,
frat party.
like your male friend has to bring 3 of you guys.
and you still be in charge.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. Like, women just get access to things that we just simply don't.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with her.
Yeah, so, but you see how that opportunity things go? That's what I'm trying to explain. Like, that opportunity leads to certain situations that, like, you have access to that men don't. Like, yo, a celebrity dude, to bring this full circle, a celebrity guy doesn't have as much access as an average woman.
Okay. You think a celebrity guy doesn't have as much access as a regular woman, a celebrity guy?
A celebrity male.
Because girls have way more access to celebrity men.
Yes.
Yeah, I never thought about that. I don't disagree with that either.
You disagree with that? You were trying to say something?
No, I'm not trying to say anything.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't have nothing.
Alright, well,
I mean, the reason why she has something to say is like, women don't think about that, right?
No, yeah.
Yo, play this. You'll hear women say shit like, yo, all the guys that I want, they get mad bitches. They can fuck any girls. They're not thinking about, Yo, usually, like, and I'm being realistic, and again, I hope you guys can be honest. I'll be honest. Listen, I'm one of them guys that I'll try to snipe on the gram. Y'all probably try to snipe on the gram. Listen,
Well,
we're up.
We're banned.
We don't fuck. Alright, hold on. We'll fuck that. Listen.
First, we're definitely doing it.
Okay,
He's killing it.
we're up millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So if I DM a girl, she just got DM by a million, right? That's super popular, whatever. Same with y'all. Our success rate at a response and a positive outcome of we link with that person, go out, and goddamn,
Under 10%.
Exactly.
Under 10%.
Yo, I looked at a woman who, you know, in her mind, in her city, because, you know, it's all, you know, regional, she's probably like a 8 out of 10 in that city. When you look at her hidden request, it's niggas saying, yo, please just give me an opportunity to take you out.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, let me just send you some, yo, just take a picture with these shoes, celebrities, everybody. And that's just not the reality between men and women.
You know what crazy is, bro? Even if for the first time, right? Let's say you're cool with her, you come closer with her, she's like, you know what? I'll show you my DMs, my request. It's celebrities. I'm like, what the fuck? They made it shit that's regular, you know? And I'm like, how's this even possible? But it's a flex.
Well, not just that. Well, I think the other thing also that's important to understand is like they've been very dismissive on some of the points that we've made or not agree or whatever, and that comes from a position of privilege because women live life on easy.
But isn't that what you want? Because you want all women to submit and shut up.
Yes, you do.
And so that's what I figured out. That's why I stopped talking a little bit ago, right? Because all he wants is a woman to shut up and submit to him and follow his Instagram and listen. I'm never gonna win.
He's not dating you.
I'm not dating you, number one. Number two, the reason why you're being quiet is because you understand that you can't win a logical argument against me because
Yeah, no, you
I'm
can't.
coming from a position of fact, not feelings. You guys have made a bunch of things like